Hello and welcome once again to the Chair Reviews, this time reviewing Inside Out. There you are, the latest film from Pixar. I'm just going straight into these now. Latest film from Pixar and director Pete Docter, who directed Monsters Inc. and Up. That's pedigree. That's really good pedigree. This I prefer. This is a little bit more akin to, well, actually, no. They both got large similarities to Inside Out. Directed by Pete Docter, yeah, but from Pixar. And they have this thing at Pixar called the Brains Trust. Pixar's John Lasseter's baby. He's kind of the head honcho. But they have this Brains Trust, so they all get together, really help each other, bounce each other off the stories, the content, etc. The ideas, people. And they really are a Brains Trust. It is one of the great studios now in quite a short time. What is it? Well, it's maybe 20 years now since Toy Story or whatever. They've established themselves as great because every film that comes out is just so well designed, so well thought through, so imaginative, with the exception of maybe of Cars 2. Which that's so it goes. I haven't actually seen Cars 2, so I shouldn't maybe say that. But anyway, they don't do sequels. And their films are so well cared for before they get to the viewer. Inside Out is no different at all. Incidentally, Pete Docter, if you look him up on IMDb, he does look like Incrediboy from The Incredibles. It's quite funny. But anyway, Inside Out. It is about numbskulls in your head. Remember the numbskulls from the Beezer? You probably don't. But anyway, it's about these emotions in the head of a little girl, Riley, who has been not forced, but her mother and father have had to move to San Francisco. A rather dour, cloudy looking San Francisco, not the appealing, bright Golden Gate Bridge version that you normally see. It's all quite down, and she's not very happy about it. And inside her head, and inside everyone's head, apparently, or so designed, are the emotions fear, disgust, anger, the little red guy who's awesome, joy and sadness. And what we do is see how these emotions cope with Riley's situation. You know, they're her. And they're trying to, joy is trying to make her happy all the time. Sadness accidentally making her sad all the time. Everything she touches tends to turn blue. She can turn memories blue. And that's about the mechanics of the thing. The memories come through in big balls, or little balls actually, little baubles. And they're stored in massive minds in the mind. The way that they've constructed this, the thought that's gone into it, the makeup of the mind, the mechanics of it, is just amazing. There are so many levels that they have to go to. So many different parts of our minds, abstract parts, just deep memories. Or they make up these islands come from, and they power certain emotions. There's a family island, there's a hockey island, different centres of the brain really. And what happens is, joy and sadness have to go on a mission through a lot of these areas because of something that happens to Riley. What happens? Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? You're going to watch the film. But anyway, something happens and they have to go through this absolute brilliant maze of the mind, of her mind. Occasionally you pop into other people's minds as well. The parents, the trailer is quite famous with all the three of them getting involved in an argument. The foot is down, sir. But mostly you're in Riley's mind, and mostly you're with joy and sadness, trying to negotiate their way back essentially to central control. And to sort her out because Riley is feeling pretty darn blue because of the move. And it's just brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant journey. Oh, I should mention, you have these five main emotions, but there are also lots of workers in the mind. People doing the hoi polloi, doing the graft, as it were. Cleaning up the memory, doing different things. There's a train of thought that goes around with little workers who are just, as with every Pixar film, the little minor characters are just fantastic. People like building little things, building little thoughts everywhere. And they're just so well thought through. And always funny, pretty much always funny. One of the best characters, though, is Bing Bong. Howard Bing Bong! Who is just brilliant. He's her imaginary friend. And of course, he doesn't have an imaginary friend anymore, but he's still lurking around down in the mind. And they meet him, and he kind of joins the adventure. And he's just brilliant. This elephantine, weird thing made of candied floss, but he's got this brilliant, like, Wallace and Gromit mouth. And his voice is just brilliant. I love Bing Bong so much. I loved the journey that they go through. As I said, they go through this abstract part, one of my favourite scenes, where they start to go 2D and the abstractness starts to affect them. And they're trying to escape these places. And it's just well thought through. It's entertaining all the way through. It's moving, really moving. It's about our emotions and, you know, the importance of all of them. And, you know, they learn that along the way. And it's interesting because you're watching, and it's interesting to reflect, you know, that this is how they are her, you know, they are her at the same time as them being individual things, and it's always interesting to watch. Beautifully made, brilliant colours, superb imagination. It is a 3-throner. It's another classic for this year. Her Madge says 3. An absolute classic. Just brilliant. It'll be up there with the top films of the year. It's the 6th 3-throner of the year. I love it. Go and see Inside Out. It's great. Cheers. Bye-bye.